And that clock just keeps ticking. 3:49 remaining.
It keeps ticking, and it also has them pretty close to field goal range in this game now. 3.5 minutes, as you say, before the next one will even be snapped.
Boston College took over with 7:36 remaining on the clock. And as Gary mentioned, if you go for 2, as West Virginia did, and don't get it, which they didn't, if Boston College goes down and gets 3, it'll be a long way back for West Virginia and a very short time to do it.
See, my argument was for going for 2 didn't help West Virginia at all. They needed to win this football game. They were going to go for the win no matter what. They needed 2 touchdowns, whether that 1 point, they needed the 1 point more than the 2 points, really.
Jake Kelchner warming up, hoping for another chance. Studstill has played the majority of this half. Kelchner and Studstill shared time in the first half. 1st and 10, Boston College. From the 32 of West Virginia, and it's number 32 again, and Campbell. 5 more. And his lineman out there not only blocking for him, but protecting him as well. Oriskovich was out there mixing it up a little bit with one of the Mountaineers.
There's no better feeling for an offense than to put away a game when you keep your defense on the bench. I know in the huddle right now, Glenn Foley's saying, no penalties. Guys, block them. If you miss them, we'll just take whatever happens. But no big penalties right now. We got this game in our hands. Let's finish the game on the field.
2nd down and 5 from the 27 of West Virginia, and time running out on West Virginia's hopes for an unbeaten season. Loose ball, and West Virginia's covered it. The break they needed just came with 2:24 left in the football game, and coming out of the pile is Mike Logan. Exactly what Boston College had tried to avoid, just keep it on the ground and use clock. But Green fumbling on this play.
Green fumbled, but from the secondary, I think it was Perkins, number 97, that got his hand on the ball just after it was handed off. And I'll tell you, hold on to your seat. This one's going to get wild now.
14-9, 2:23 left. West Virginia has 1 timeout left, and it'll be Studstill at quarterback. Perkins, the guy that knocked that ball away from Green, remember, had the personal foul on Foley that helped BC get their drive going, so he got one back for him. Studstill. Baker took a big hit, held onto the ball. It's his first catch. Eric Shorter let him have it right in the ribs, and only a pickup of about 3.
Boston College laying back, playing zone defense, should try to make things happen in front of them. But remember, the college rules, every first down, the clock stops. We did a game earlier in the year, Illinois, Minnesota. Illinois ran 11 plays in 57 seconds with no timeouts.
Aaron Studstill trying to do what Johnny Johnson did in that one for the Illini. Boston College, 4 critical turnovers have given West Virginia the opportunity they've been looking for. Woodard into the secondary. And the man who got the only touchdown of the day for the Mountaineers has them back in Boston College territory. 16 yards, first down. And it has gotten definitely quiet at Alumni Stadium.
There's a way that those turnovers have a way of coming back and haunting you. Boston College has had 4 of them in this football game. And now Woodard's got the ball over midfield.
From the 45, Studstill scrambles around. He may take off here, and will. And goes out of bounds wisely to stop the clock. Picked up about 7 yards to the 38 and got out with 1:20 to go.
What a dream come true for Darren Studstill. Being able to lead this football team down the field, have a chance to win a game that could put you in a championship game for the national championship.
Nebraska has already beaten Oklahoma. West Virginia trying to come from behind in the last 80 seconds to beat Boston College and remain perfect as well. 2nd down and 3. Studstill completes it to the 24-yard line, and Mike Baker has cooked up 2 big catches on this drive.
Mike Baker caught that ball right on the sideline. One of the things that you see in a 2-minute drill by the defense is they start to get a little bit nervous. This time Michael Reed pushes him out right here, but just is able to get both of his feet in.
And he's done it. Studstill and the Mountaineer offense without using that one final timeout they have left. 1st and 10. Studstill fires. Touchdown! Ed Hill! And West Virginia in front. "24 yards. Ed Hill's first catch of the day, and certainly the biggest of the season for the Mountaineers.
Now West Virginia needs to go for 2 in this situation to make it a 3-point game. What a play, what a throw, what a drive.
Nealon trying to sort everything out on the sideline. A 1-point game. The extra point does you no good. As Gary said, you may as well go for 2. 1:08 left. The question is, has West Virginia left too much time on the clock for Glenn Foley? Here's another look at how the Mountaineers scored.
Props back. West Virginia rushing 5 people, man-to-man coverage to the outside. You see Shorter just gets turned around a little bit. Hill makes the play. Whenever you're running bump and run coverage and you have your back to the quarterback and you don't see the ball, you're at the mercy of the wide receiver. He sees it, you don't, you stop, make the catch, give yourself and your team a chance for the national championship. I tell you, when Don Nealon told us he's going to be searching Jerry Punch up after this game.
Jerry, get ready. 68 seconds from a perfect regular season. Studstill, the quarterback, now will bring him up for a 2-point conversion. You have to wonder if West Virginia will use a little option football with Studstill's skills here to try to pick up 2. Walker and Woodard in the backfield behind him. He rolls out and throws, and he's got his man. And it's a 3-point game. He got it to Jay Kearney. 17-14 Mountaineers.
Can Glenn Foley do it again?
He has much the same look he had last week against Notre Dame. The chin strap is already snapped, as if to say, just let me get back out there. He's got 1:08 to work, 2 timeouts left, but here's Studstill, who hooks up with Kearney for 2.
Studstill going to his left, and when you go to your left, you almost have to come off your feet to throw it. He throws a strike. Kearney grabs it, holds on to it. You can see on the bench. Come on, baby, come on. Yes, 3-point game. You know, sometimes things are just meant to be. And Glenn Foley, last game of the season, West Virginia has a shot at playing for the national championship. They have to stop the hottest quarterback in the country.
Don Nealon said yesterday, if we beat Boston College and finish 11-0 and are not in a game for the national championship, you guys are going to have to come and bail me out of jail.
And that's what he told his players too. If we win this football game and we're not playing for it, can't say the rest of what he said, but part of it was, we're going to have to bail me out of jail.
Sports Center coming up following our game. They'll try to sort out the college football mess and everything else that's gone on, including a lot of big basketball games. We've got 3 coming up tonight, but right now we have got 68 seconds of electricity remaining at Alumni Stadium. The kick to Ransom at the 2-yard line. They need some field position, and boy, did they almost have more than that. That may have been a touchdown-saving tackle on that kick return by Mike Logan. So here comes Glenn Foley and the Boston College offense. 1:02 left.
Yeah, there's David Gordon, but David Gordon isn't as important this week as he was last week. If Boston College wants to win the game, the best he can do this week is tie.
It was Gordon's 41-yarder, a career long, that beat #1 Notre Dame. Foley was brilliant in the drive a week ago, calmly taking the Eagles down to that field position for Gordon's kick. Let's see how he does this time. Too far for Clarence Cannon. David Gordon missed a 40-yarder against Northwestern that could have won that game, and then came back against Notre Dame and won it. He had one blocked by the Mountaineers' David Mayfield last year that could have won the game. So he's got a 1-1-1 mark on the graphic you just looked at.
West Virginia's in with their dime look. They've got 6 defensive backs in the game.
Foley, great catch. That was not an easy catch by Anthony Comer, and he takes it out of bounds for a pickup of about 4 or 5. 3rd down and 5 coming up. That part is really academic. The clock, and now Boston College saying they got out of bounds, and I thought they did. The clock continuing to run.
Well, he should take a timeout.
Foley with 30 seconds left gets it to Comer again. Penalty markers down.
Everybody was sure he got out of bounds, but what they said, his forward progress was stopped. I thought that was a very poor call on the side.
Illegal formation, offense.
So a double blast of bad news for BC. They didn't get out of bounds. They let precious time tick off the clock, and then an illegal formation backs them up further.
Here's the previous play when Boston College thought they were out of bounds. You see him going forward. Comer is clearly out of bounds. That's a very poor call by the referees, and that's what confused Glenn Foley on that play.
Well, it had us confused, and obviously Tom Coughlin feels the same way. He was just under the assumption, as that clock continued to wind down, that his man had gotten out of bounds. Foley still trying to talk to the referee about it, and now they'll start the clock at 25 as Foley on 3rd down and 10. Fires, completes it. And it's going to be good enough for a 1st down with forward progress, but now they're going to have to get a timeout with 17 seconds to go. Pickup of 13. Time for about 3 more plays for the Eagles.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be able to throw 3 plays like that if they want to win the game. If they want to try a long field goal, they'll be able to throw those 15-yard passes. On that last play, he was forced to do it because of the mix-up on the timeout call. I'm sure Steve Dunlap will stay in zone and force the throws underneath.
Timeout with 17 seconds to go.
In the year 23,000.
College West Virginia games don't always go down to the wire. Try the last 2 years on for size. Glenn Foley going deep. Michael Campbell makes the catch but doesn't get in the end zone. Time runs out on the Eagles. They lose by a touchdown. And last year, David Gordon tees it up, and a kick blocked by David Mayfield of West Virginia preserves a 24-24 draw. Right now, Boston College would probably like to play for the tie. It does them some good. It does West Virginia obviously no good. But if Boston College could say, hey, we beat #1 Notre Dame when they were unbeaten, and we tied another unbeaten team, give us a Sugar Bowl or a Cotton Bowl berth, they might have an argument. 17 seconds and less left. Foley fires, man there, out of bounds at the 40 to Michael Campbell with 10 seconds left.
Nice play. They faked Campbell that time, the hitch and go, and then he double hitched on the play. They need one more pass to get it around the 20 to 25 yard line to have a real legitimate shot on a field goal. Get back. 10 seconds to go, and they still have a timeout, so they can't throw the ball anywhere on the football field.
1st down, 10 seconds left. Foley going deep. It's going to be intercepted, and the Mountaineers will win. And it's Mike Logan. And West Virginia's perfect regular season is safe. Don Nehlen and his Mountaineers, for the 2nd time, have finished a regular season with an unblemished mark, as they did in '88. They've done it again with an interception on the final play of the game, and they beat Boston College, a come-from-behind 17-14 win. And Don Nehlen said, I'll find you, Jerry Punch, if we win this game.
I'm with him.
Go ahead, Jer.
We're with Coach Don Nehlen. And, Coach, congratulations on an incredible second half.
I'm telling you, to be honest, I'm not real sure we even deserved to win the game. Our kids hung in there, and we finally got something going at the end. And these kids have never quit all year. They've really busted it. I thought Boston College just played a great football game. I really did. I think Tom and his staff were outstanding. And, you know, last year we couldn't get one break, and this year we got a lot of them. So, good Lord's been with us. We'll take it. That's 11-0, baby. 11-0.
Hey, Coach, is the win big enough for consideration for a national championship? You're 11-0.
Well, my feeling's very simple. A team that loses doesn't do everything in their power to have a chance to play for the national championship. This team has won every single game, played 4 or 5 bowl teams. Certainly, we ought to be given the opportunity to play. Did Nebraska win today?
Nebraska won, yes, sir.
Well, in my opinion, if us two don't play, then it's strictly political. And I don't care how good Florida State is. That's not the idea. This team beat the team that beat Notre Dame. And it's just as obvious. As dumb as I am, I can figure that out. We should be playing Nebraska for the national championship. Congratulations to Tom Osborne. He's great.
Coach, congratulations. Don Nehlen headed off the field, guys. He's very adamant they belong in the Orange Bowl against the Big 8 champion, Nebraska.
They beat the man that beat the man that beat the man. 11-0 for West Virginia with a 17-14 win. For Gary Danielson, Charlene Hawks, Jerry Punch, and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Brad Nessler saying so long from Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. Stay tuned. SportsCenter is coming up next, and more college basketball yet tonight.